Johnny? Johnny?
Yes, Papa?
Eating marshmallows?
No, Papa.
Telling lies?
No, Papa.
Open your mouth. Johnny, you know we have a very strict policy about eating. Now you're off to the dungeon.
No, Papa. Not the dungeon! No! That, my friends, was Johny Johny Yes Papa. Now you may think that's a bit abusive, but it's the truth. It's really like that. Johnny is in an abusive household, and only us, we, can save him. All you need to do is make sure to buy the merch. Wait, nothing's there. Oh, it's 'cause I don't have any merch. Oh. Hey guys, it's your boy, Frogmister HD, and boy, remember that merch video I made like 3 months back, and I said I'd be showing my face more often, and then the Frogmister were to come more often?
Mimicked him on
Wrong. That's funny, because it was a good 3 months before I showed my face again, and look what I'm doing right now, showing my face again. If you've noticed recently, I've been making a whole lot of Overwatch Fortnite videos. In fact, I made a whopping 2, or maybe 3. This is what happens when you don't do your research before the video. But, moving on to a more important thing to say, I am back. I got a new chair, if you couldn't tell. I'm not in that spinny chair before, because I have a new spinny chair. Because look. It spins, and it's super cool. So, as you can guess by the intro, today's video will be talking about the meme, Johny Johny Yes Papa. Now, if you don't know what Johny Johny Yes Papa is, then you haven't been on the internet, because it's everywhere. Just like go to YouTube, search Johny Johny, and bada bing bada bam, it's right there. Now, Johny Johny Yes Papa is like a nursery rhyme. It goes, Johny Johny Yes Papa, eating sugar, no Papa, telling lies, no Papa, open your mouth, ha ha ha. Filler. But that is basically what it is. It's basically like a nursery rhyme for kids, the wheels on the bus. But why has this been getting memed? It's just a silly nursery rhyme. Well, the message plus the visuals of it. Gotta think about it for a little bit. And that's what we'll be doing here exactly. Because I am lonely. Yeah. So, we're going to be looking into this Johny Johny. More specifically, a Johny Johny created by a channel called Billion Toy Surprise. And with what they do, the Billion Toy Surprise, they have their own Johny Johny Yes Papas. But they have Johny Johny going to school. They have Johny Johny refrigerator. I don't even know at this point. It's so weird. But I mean, they're raking in views. They got like 100 million views. Because that's the thing. I even saw this Johny Johny video with 1.5 billion views. For a nursery rhyme? Well, because parents trust these nursery rhymes. They're just like, oh, finally, YouTube, such a terrible place. PewDiePie, he's racist and anti-Semitic. I don't want him. Get him out of here. Yeah, pyrocynical. Who the hell is a pyrocynical? All Memeless and Will and E do is bully our children. I don't want my child watching this. I can't even trust any of them. The Sidemen even. I don't want my child throwing chairs because some guy named Tushaw did it. KSI versus Logan. More like teaching my kids how to swear. said every Christian soccer mom. Alright, I'm gonna get this cringe out of the way. So, yeah, Johny Johny Yes Papa is getting lots of views because all the parents are coming over. They're like, hey, nursery rhyme. Good. Put the kid in front of that for an hour. You don't have to pay attention until they're hungry. Bada bing, bada boom. Hour that you can relax. It's perfect, and it's just perfect for parents to do. But we're not going to be talking about that, Johny Johny. As I said earlier, we're going to be talking about Billion Surprise. I still don't know the name. Whatever, I'll know the name in a few. But we're going to get into that and our little theory. Now, what theory could I be presenting to you guys? Well, the theory that many people have toggled with. A theory that many people have stated. A theory that the toughest of theorists have probably put aside because it's stupid and you can't. Would game theory ever, like, put this out? No. They're too busy making videos about Markiplier. While we're talking about Johny Johny. I have no life. So, without further ado, let us get into the thing I was talking about earlier on how Johny Johny is living in an abusive household. Yes, that is my theory. Johny Johny is living in an abusive household. Let's take a look at some of the evidence.
Hey guys, quick update before we get into the video. Hi, I'm just editing the video and I forgot to mention this. The reason why I won't be using a whole lot of video clips is because Billion Surprise Toys, yes, that's the name of the channel, they have this weird intro. Just watch it.
Billion Surprise Toy.
What was that? And the reason I won't be showing a whole lot of video clips is because Billion Surprise Toys has been taking down a lot of the videos that use the video clips. Like, they're really picky about the video clips, and I think because they don't want it to get memed, so they're like taking down all the video clips. So I won't be able to use a whole lot of video clips. I'll be using a lot of stills. If I use a video clip, it'll be like maybe like 3 or 4 seconds, just because I don't want to get like I'm just gonna make sure I'm using it under fair use because I don't want to get like the video taken down. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video.
So the video we'll be looking in particular is called the Johny Johny School. It's basically like a school nursery rhyme. Johny Johny is going to school. Yeah, he's doing all the cool stuff. He's going to school. But this is a prime example on how Johny Johny is living in an abusive household. So basically the whole story is Johny Johny is getting ready in the morning for school. It goes to school. It's after school. It's basically just centered around school. Now, so here's a little bit of a summary for it. Johny wakes up next to a mysterious ice cream man. Like, what the hell is he doing there? I don't even know what that has to symbol. That'll come soon. But then he is abruptly woken up by his father, who says it's time to get up. Fair enough. Then Johny is seen brushing his teeth when his mom barges in and asks if he's eating toothpaste. But he's not. Until he gives a little wink at the end to signify that he was. And I don't even like toothpaste. Why would people want to eat toothpaste? Then Johny can be seen bathing himself. And his mom's telling him, oh, hurry up, you gotta eat your breakfast. And Johnny's like, okay, let me just bathe myself. And then Johnny's dressing himself. He's seen dressing. And his mother's like, oh, Johny, you want me to help you? And Johnny's like, no, I got it. And his mom's like, okay, well, hurry up. Whoa. Breakfast is coming soon. And then he comes downstairs, and he's like, hello. And it's weird because the ice cream guy is just like, hello, baby.
Hello, baby.
It's weird. It's just so weird. But then Johny is eating a sandwich for breakfast, which looks like something I'd rather eat for lunch. But, you know, animation costs money. Animation takes time. That's what the Odd Ones Out said. We could see Johny eating a sandwich until his dad tells him, asks him if he's eating breakfast. Johny, in a panic, puts the sandwich behind him, saying, oh no, Papa, I'm not eating breakfast. I'm not eating one of the most important meals of the day. Yeah, And then Johnny is seen getting onto the bus, and he's leaving the school, and he's in school, and he's talking to his friend. Like, what the hell? I'm sorry.
So going through and editing, it turns out that character actually had cancer, so I'm not going to keep in the original audio. It'd be in very bad taste. So don't make fun of people for having cancer. Even if her face is really creepy, just don't make fun of her for having cancer. Thank you and enjoy the video.
But then Johnny gets in trouble for talking in class, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm not talking in class, teacher." By the way, I thought Johnny was like 3. Why is he in school? Alright, then he makes it back home, and he sees his friends playing, and then Johnny's mom comes in and goes, "Johnny, do you want to play outside?" And Johnny's like, "Yes, thank you, mother." And he goes outside and plays, and then at the end, the last rhyme, we can see Johnny back in bed again with the ice cream man, who's definitely not a sex offender, and they can be seen eating lollipops. Johnny's dad then comes in, and you know how strict Johnny's dad is with food. This causes Johnny to go into a panic and put away his lollipop. Well, Johnny's dad goes, "Johny Johny Yes Papa," eating... I'm severely sorry. Eating lollipops. And Johnny's like, "No, Papa, I'm not." And then his dad's like, "Okay." And then he like tucks Johnny in, and towards the end, the last scene, Johnny can be seen eating the lollipop and winking to the camera. Now, on the surface of it, it seems harmless enough. It's just a nursery rhyme. But then we dig deeper. One of the most notorious things I've seen on Instagram in the past days is people trying to decode Johny Johny. People making memes out of Johny Johny. People trying to decode it. And I saw this one person getting the behind meaning of this. And I gotta say, I agree with a lot of it. But I also disagree with some aspects. So if it seems like I'm piggybacking off of this, then I probably am. But I'll also say some stuff that's not there that I feel like, that I caught when I was viewing it. So, one thing that this thread often put an emphasis on is that Johnny is living in an abusive household. Yeah, we all know that. But they're saying that Johny Johny is... his parents, both of his parents are abusive. But he never, not he, right? I shouldn't be assuming gender. Whoever wrote that thread, right, I don't think they ever kind of put in what kind of abuse. Now, come on, Johnny's dad is obvious. Like, he's obviously, like, not giving this kid, like, food. And he's also kind of neglect. His mother can also be seen as neglect. But for people who say that she, like, doesn't give her son food and she's in on it, I mean, she's clearly giving the sandwich to Johnny, so there's no truth in that. So his mother is sort of neglect. One thing that this thread posted, or kind of put out, is that Johny Johny is seen as bathing himself, brushing his own teeth, dressing himself at a pretty young age. It's either impressive or he's just learned that from something. Maybe it's because his mother, I'm Russian. Maybe because his mother neglected him a bit. I mean, we can obviously Johnny, when he's dressing, one of the big giveaways, or should I say the dead giveaway, is when he's dressing himself and Johnny's mom's like, "Oh, can I help you?" And he's like, "No, I don't need your help." So could that be Johnny telling us that he doesn't need his mother's help? That you didn't help me in the beginning, so you don't need to help me now. Maybe it's Johnny's cry to the viewers that, hey, my mother is abusive. Please help me. If I could do it before when you didn't help me, I could do it now. Johnny is basically saying that. And I know that for a fact. Johnny can bathe himself, brush his teeth, and dress himself. And he's like, what, 3? That's insane. Now, we all know that his dad is definitely, like, abusive in the thing that he doesn't give him food. The no lollipops, no sugar, no breakfast. Now, honestly, with the sugar, parents don't want their kids eating straight sugar. Come on. If I were to ask Johnny, like, why he's eating straight sugar, like, if I just saw, like, I had a little kid and they were eating sugar, I'd be like, hey, put that sugar down. They can't be eating that. I mean, come on, it's straight sugar. Like, it's unhealthy. And the lollipops before and come on, the lollipops before bed. Obviously, come on, it's a given. Come on, it's lollipops before bed. A good parent wouldn't let a child eat a lollipop before bed because it gets them all crazy. But the breakfast. Oh, the breakfast. Now, the breakfast is a dead giveaway that Johnny's dad doesn't like to give Johnny a whole lot of food. We can see Johnny's mom giving him the breakfast, so at least she's in on it. At least she's good with Johnny eating. Even though it doesn't look like breakfast, it looks more like lunch. But as I said earlier, animation takes time. The odd ones out is my father. Anyway, anyway, we could see Johnny about to chop it into the sandwich until he hears his dad say, "Johnny, Johnny," and then Johnny's like, "Oh!" And did you see? He gasps. I'll play that. See? He gasps. He's terrified. And it seems ridiculous. His dad's saying, "Are you eating your breakfast? Are you lying? You can't be eating your breakfast right now." You can be eating your breakfast, Johnny. It is breakfast time. It's one of the most important meals of the day. And you could see the clear fear in that kid's eyes. He is terrified of his father. He gasps. He puts the sandwich behind his back super fast. He is terrified of his father because his father is abusive. Now, here's another thing I like to add. The ice cream man. What is up with the ice cream man? Like, what's he doing? Now, have you noticed something about the ice cream man? Where does the ice cream man appear? The ice cream man appears in the beginning when Johnny's dad is like, "Johnny, Johnny, time to wake up." And then he also reappears at the breakfast table when Johnny's about to eat, and Johnny's dad's like, "Johnny, Johnny," like eating the breakfast. And then you can also see him again when it's time for Johnny to leave the school. When Johnny's dad does the rhyme for "go to school." And then he can also be seen at the end when Johnny is eating lollipops and Johnny's dad does the other rhyme. Now, have you noticed something about that? What have you noticed about those 4 scenes in particular? What have you noticed? That Johnny's dad is doing the rhyme in all 4 of those scenes. I know in one of those scenes his mom shows up, but she isn't doing the rhyme. Johnny's dad is doing the rhyme. So what does this mean for the ice cream man? What is the ice cream man? The ice cream man isn't real. Do you know how, and this also was said in the thread, Johnny says hello, and the ice cream is "hello baby," which is kind of weird. But no one else seems to acknowledge that the ice cream guy is there. He's basically Johnny's coping mechanism. The ice cream man is there whenever Johnny's dad appears. Because Johnny isn't terrified of his mom. Sure, his mom may be neglectful. Sure, he doesn't need his mother's help. But he's not terrified of his mother. Because as you can see, his mother's not a bad person. She's providing him meals. Like, she's not a bad person at heart. And she's letting him go outside and play. Now, Johnny uses the ice cream man as a coping mechanism because, again, he's terrified of his father. The ice cream man is basically there just to be Johnny's friend. Whenever things are going down for Johnny, he always can look at the ice cream man. As we can see, when Johnny's about to leave for school, he stares right at the ice cream man, who's sitting right next to Johnny, Johnny's dad, I meant, and waves, and he, like, gives a stare to Johnny, like, "You got this, just, you're okay, you're fine." Johnny, the ice cream man is basically there as Johnny's coping mechanism. Is he real? No, the ice cream man is not real. He is a figment of Johnny's imagination. But let's take a look at some of the other things. There's another one where it's all about refrigerator and the refrigerator. But what could that mean? So basically it's a refrigerator and everyone's going like, "Refrigerator, refrigerator, yes, blank. Do you have water? No." And then it's lying. Well, Johnny befriends this refrigerator, but I noticed something about this fridge. Now, after every request, the dad requests for water, the mom requests for sauces, Johny requests for... I don't even know at this point. I can't remember. But after everything, the refrigerator always says, no, I don't have that. No, I don't have that. But then it always turns out that the refrigerator does. So what does this signify? This shows, and this is my theory, the refrigerator is a figment of Johny's imagination, as well as the ice cream man. But it's complicated. The refrigerator is a real thing. The refrigerator is like a real appliance, but it's not real as in it's not alive. Do you understand now? It's like, it's basically like it's there, but it's not there. And Johny uses this refrigerator to sort of get revenge on his parents. As we can see, Johnny's dad is asking for water, and the refrigerator's like, no, I don't have water. Johny, in his little 3-year-old mind or something, is making this up. Making it so that he's the refrigerator. Johny is acting like he's the refrigerator. He's telling his dad, no, you can't have food. If I can't have food, you can't have food. And he's taking that anger out on his dad. He's taking that anger out on his mother. He's taking it out on his friend. And even himself. Notice how Johny asks the refrigerator for food, but the refrigerator says no. This shows the sad child that's inside Johny. Johny may seem happy on the outside, but he is definitely a sad child on the inside. Johny can give revenge to his family, but he also takes it on himself. Johny recognizes the fact that he can't eat. Johny is well aware that he can't eat any food. And he always gets, this refrigerator, it's basically like, while it tells his father no, while it tells his mother no, it's also telling him no. This shows while he gives revenge to his father, while he gives revenge to his mother, he's also taking it out on himself. And he's also showing that, yes, he knows, he's well aware of the fact that he can't eat. Even at such a young age, he's well aware of what's going on. I mean, that big head might, because he's got a big brain. So, Johny is seen using the ice cream man and the refrigerator as sort of coping mechanism. The ice cream man is like the positive guy, just like, hey, you got it, you can do it. And also, I think I picked this up. Notice that the ice cream man calls Johny, he says, hey baby. Maybe that's because that's what Johny wants to be called. Because when Johny was a baby, he never really got to be a baby. He was immediately put into situations where he had to fend for himself. He had to do stuff for himself. So maybe he never got to be a baby. Maybe he never got to be a child. He had to immediately jump into this like whole thing. So that's why we could see the ice cream man saying, hey baby, because Johnny's just like, yes, I want to be called baby. This ice cream man is lifting Johnny's spirits, and he's keeping Johny in the game. And this refrigerator, it's basically a coping mechanism for Johny to take his anger out on the world, and also himself. It's definitely unhealthy. And we also see in a newer episode that Johnny's parents aren't immune either, because they could be seen like denying each other food, even though it's midnight, and you can disregard that. It's just an additional thing. So does Johny live in an abusive household? Would I have to say yes, he does live in an abusive household. And only you can save this cartoon character. What I want you to do, I want you to message billion... Still don't know the name. I still don't know the name. You gotta be kidding me. Billion Toys. You'll search up Johny Johny, you'll see it. There you go. What I want you to do is email them and tell them #StopJohnnyAbuse. Maybe you want to just comment on one of their more recent videos, because you can't comment on the school one because they disabled the comments. Oof. But Johny needs to be saved. I want you to go to their channel, say #Johny needs to be saved, because that's what Johny needs to be because that's what needs to happen to Johny. He needs to be saved. This has been your boy, Frogmister HD. I'll see you later.